What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another one. I'm gonna ease the page over to trapping today. I'm not done with deer hunting. Deer season's still full swing. I've got an Ohio trip coming up, but probably when we get back from that Ohio trip in a couple weeks, I'm gonna probably hang my stand up for good and be full speed trapping. I'm gonna start next week getting my line out. I'm just gonna run a small line until I get that trip going, because I don't want to have to, shut down my big line to go hunting for a weekend. So I'm just going to run probably a dozen or so sets starting next week. And after that, after my hunting trip and everything, we're going to be wide open through December. I want to show you my go-to baits and my go-to lures throughout the season. And also, after season was over last year in March, Jamie Blakely over there at Blakely's Trap and Supply, he done a, run some numbers, and you buy a spot if you win a raffle, more or less. And I won the raffle thing, and I won a boatload of baits and lures. And a lot of them I've never tried. And since I won them, it's probably a $75 value of baits and lures. I'm going to run a little test batch with them this year and see how they do. Because one in particular, I'll show you, I've wanted to try for a while and I just never have. It's Dunlap's Mouse Meat Predator She Traps. Mouse meat, a lot of my baits and stuff have mouse meat in it. I would think this is going to be a really good bait. So I'm looking forward to trying that this year. Sarah over there at Dunlap, they know what they're doing, that's for sure. So my main baits I run through the year are my own right here. I don't sell this or mass produce it, none of that. I make up a couple gallons every year and I use it a lot. It's mostly ground bobcat meat and mice meat, it's just a few, like there might be a dozen or so mice in it in a gallon's worth of bobcat meat, so I don't even know if it matters. But that, and I do put a little bit of bobcat and coyote gland in it. I know it may be counterintuitive, but I put a little bit of both in there, along with my other things, and Tonkin musk, that kind of stuff. And I usually do pretty good with it. So I run it. I run Top Dog Predator bait by Hoosier Trapper, but this is the Top Dog Arctic. It's a game changer on those icy December mornings. Them long cold nights when we're down in the teens and 20s. That right there, it just does something to them. I have more luck in this during the deep cold weather than I ever do when it's in the 40s and 50s, which I still have caught them in the 50-degree nights. But Arctic is just like its name, Arctic. It is. If you got cold weather, throw a glob of that down the hole. They're coming. Another bait I have found, Rusty Johnson's Lucky. Hands down, summertime, wintertime, doing these nuisance jobs, anything, this bait will catch year round. I've caught fox, coyote, possum, bobcat, coon, mink, everything off this stuff right here. It is by far superior to all other predator baits, in my opinion. If I'm running a trap line, Lucky Predator bait is in my pack, no ifs and buts. And my understanding, I think it's a lot of horse meat and a lot of beaver meat. I don't know, the recipe, of course, but I know it's got a real horse smell to it. So those are my main three baits. I do run maybe a pint or two a season of Top Dog, regular Top Dog, especially if I'm summertime trapping. For like right before phones come off, I got a couple spots I'll get in there and trap. And I make sure I run. A lot of times I have a lot of luck with regular top dog in the summer months before fawns are born, like in late May, early May, mid-May. So those are basically my baits, which that's a lot of it. But lures, if you want to catch bobcats down in the southeast especially, that's all I can really speak on. I hadn't trapped out west yet. But Cat Collector from Clint Locklear, a great bobcat lure. I mean, a great bobcat lure. That's in my pack always. Stanky Beaver come out, I think, last year to the public from Trapper J. It's good. That is a good all-around lure. You throw about a pea size of that down any hole, you're going to have good luck. I've had good luck with it. I've caught coyotes on it. I've caught coyotes, bobcat, fox. Not many possums and coons, some. But coyotes really, they really get after, they dig, it gets them digging. And it's good stuff, Stinky Beaver. My number, I gotta say probably my number 1 and 2. My number 1 bobcat lure though, other than Cat Collector, that's killer stuff, you know. But another really good bobcat lure is Caven's Feline Fix. Hands down, has put more fur in my shed than any other cat lure. This is a killer bobcat lure. It's made by Caven's. A lot of times you can find it in like Bass Pro and stuff. I order it straight from them, but I mean, guys just getting into trapping, a lot of times you can find this at your local Cabela's or Bass Pro. And it is a top tier cat lure. No, I mean, it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now for long call, there's nothing going to beat Lennon's. Lennon's Bobcat Super All Call is what they call it. This stuff is stout, but it is rank and it is killer. And I put a little bit above my cubby sets when I make cubby sets for bobcats. And I mean, these two together, I've done just these two in lure sets without even baiting them. And I've caught the dickens out of bobcats. They are really good bobcat lures. And then you got Deep Cold Weather, Oh Fuck by Trapper J. You don't need much of this. I used this a season and a half on this. And you see how much is in that? I mean, it don't take much. That is some stout stuff. Works great on coyotes, cats, possum, fox, all that. It's good stuff. This year, I was at a convention in November. Last year, I was at a convention in November. And I met a guy. And he hooked me up with a couple lures. And all I know, I wrote this stuff down because I knew the label wasn't made very well as far as going to hold up. And I wrote it down. I've got it wrote down. I can look it up. But this is a coyote gland lure. They call it Mad Dog. Some of you guys may know. I wrote on the top there. But I used this on one farm in particular last season. And the coyotes turned on to this. It was during breeding season. Mid-December. Late December. I mean, January, every time I set it almost, I had a dog. I probably caught, I don't know, 13 or 14 coyotes on this in a week or so, using this with my lucky bait. So I highly recommend this stuff. And I'm going to look the name up, what I wrote down about it, so I can order some more. If you guys are interested, just mention it in the comments, and I will put the website and all to this Mad Dog if y'all are interested in some. It's really good coyote gland lure. Really good. I like that. He also gave me this one here. And this is Hubin's Animal Lures. He's out of Ripley, West Virginia. John Hubin. I had pretty good luck with it. It was my first season with it last year. So, you know, I can just speak on that. It's not like Feline Fig. A lot of this other I can speak on. I've had multiple seasons. And I've had multiple, you know, years of success with. But I got this middle of season last year, and I had quite a few catches with it. It was pretty good lure, so I'm going to definitely keep it in the pack basket. I'm going to run it this season as well again. And then my other favorite cavens, I know a lot of guys like K9 Force and those other ones, which are all right, but I always catch too many coons on that K9 Force. I mean, all I catch. Coons plug it up every time, it seems like. But Caven's Yodel Dog, that is a great coyote gland lure again. You will bring plenty of fur just using that Yodel Dog and any kind of decent predator bait. That is a very good lure. It's what I cut my teeth on years ago, and I've put a lot of dogs up with that Yodel Dog. It's really good. And with that as well, Caven's makes Minnesota Red. It's a red fox gland lure. It works good. I won't say that it's better than Yodel Dog, but it's right there close with it. I've caught a lot of coyote. I've caught a lot of fox off Yodel Dog. I mean, off of Minnesota Red as well. But my favorite two, hands down, just regular season, is Lucky Bait and Yodel Dog for coyotes. Breeding season, late season, it's anything skunky, like Lucky and Oh Fuck, or Lucky and Stanky Beaver, or Arctic and Mad Dog. This Mad Dog's, I mean, it's been a long time since a lure just really surprised me. And I mean, I will always have this Mad Dog on me. It is killer, guys. Killers. So, you know, when you're looking for a bait and lure, guys, that are getting into trapping, make sure it's a reputable dealer or reputable bait maker. Don't just get some guy that just started selling or whatever. Look and kind of do your homework, because there's a lot of useless almost baits out there that you'll catch nothing but possums with. You know, it happens. And don't get discouraged if you get some and that's what you catch, because a lot of times, start of your season, you're going to wear out coons and possums before you start getting in, because they're going to plug your traps up so quick, you know, before you start getting into coyotes and foxes and stuff. But that's also why I recommend running dog proofs. I always throw a few of them out at the start of the season up in ahead of my footholds, and hopefully they'll plug up those dog proofs and leave my footholds working. But that's kind of the gist of my favorites and what you can pretty much figure I'm going to have in my arsenal when I'm running my line. I really enjoy it. I also do bobcat urines, which I put them in here and fill them up at the end of the season, any leftover I have, and keeping that air out of it helps preserve it. And I'll use it the following year. And generally all I run is quarter fox piss and bobcat piss. I'll run bobcat piss on all my bobcat sets, and I'll run fox urine, you know, on the majority of my dirt holes and stuff. Because, I mean, I catch coyote and fox, even bobcat on them, you know. But I do run a little urine. And now, guys, let's have a look at this stuff I won. And if any of you guys have experience with any of these baits and lures I'm fixing to show you, leave a comment below and tell me what your opinion is on it. Did you have success? Did you not? I'm going to test them regardless, but I'd love to hear what y'all have done with it. Let's see. It was a bunch, y'all. I mean, some of them I hadn't heard about, which I know Blakely's got some stuff that's fairly new, you know. We got that one. That one. I think that's all on the winning. Alright. Oh, right here, right here. Okay, guys. What we have is, it's called Digger 360. It says it's a liquid bait that's been heavily tainted and is perfect for any set. Squirt about a tablespoon worth at your set and watch animals dig trying to get it. It's a Blakely trapping supply. I won all this this past March. Okay. There's the mouse by Sarah's Trapline. I'm looking forward to that. Here's a Coyote Matrix Cass River Bait and Lure, Cairo, Michigan. So it's a red fox, gray fox, coyote, bobcat. It's some kind of lure from Cass River Lures. Okay, I got that. I want a Otter Creek High Cat. It's a pretty runny lure, so we'll have to check that out. Can you see that? Wolfen Bait and Lure. Sunday Jackpot, I guess is what it's called. Sunday Jackpot, SJ. Yeah. It's a food-based call lure, it says, for all predator, even wolf and badger. Huh. Anybody ever had this? Wolfen Bait and Lure makes it. Sunday Jackpot's the name of it. Leave a comment below. Alright, this looks like some Blakely stuff. He calls this Little Sugar Creek. All predator food lure. How about it, guys? Leave me a comment. Tell me about it. Now, I have heard about this one. Final Step Canine and Predator Bait. Sawmill Creek Bait and Lures. This was pretty popular. I know a couple guys that have used this. We hadn't really talked about it, but I've seen it on their trap line for years. So I would say this is probably a good bait. Tell me about it, guys, below in the comments. Leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Final Step by Sawmill Creek. Is it a good predator bait or not? What do you guys think? And last but not least, the other one I won is by Billingsley brand lure. Texas Canyon Breaks. It's a Pates formula, it says. So a basic Pates formula predator bait. Which that's a well-known bait for years, you know. So if anybody's had any luck out of Billingsley brand lures, tell me about it below. When I start my line, guys, we will run tests on these, and if they don't produce, it didn't cost me but $10 to enter the thing, so I hadn't lost anything with it. But it'll be a cool, fun thing to do. We will mark them, which ones are which. We'll set sets on them. We'll do them in different variations. We'll do cubbies. We'll do flat sets, trench sets, step down dirt holes, regular dirt holes. We'll experiment with them and different locations, and we'll use different farms. And we'll see what kind of results we get. We may find the next best thing. But I will say the most intrigued I am out of this is this mouse bait right here. I have to believe that's good. Mice is one of Coyote's favorite thing to eat. That's their basic food. So should be an interesting season, guys. We're going to try out some new baits and lures. And we're going to use the tried and true too. So I'm looking forward to it, guys. Alright, guys, leave a comment below. Tell me about the baits that you've used that are in this group that you've had good luck with or bad. Tell me if you've tried any of these from Blakely's or this Wolfen Creek or Billingsley or Sawmill Creek. And tell me how it went with you, and we'll compare notes at the end of the season. I'll see how they do for me. Looking forward to experimenting with some new baits and lures. It's always fun trying new things on trap line. I'm pretty guilty about finding what works good and sticking with it. But it's always done well for me, so those are the ones I stick with. But we're going to experiment a little this year. It'll be fun. I've got, on the trapping side of things, I've got a big giveaway coming up. It's not huge, but I got a little giveaway coming up. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below about what your favorite bait and lure combo is for coyotes. And that'll be one way to get entered. And on the next predator related episode, I will show you what the giveaway is going to consist of and what else is required to be entered. And I'm pretty sure you'll be happy you did, because it's close to $100 trapping value. Every bit of $100 trapping value. So, thanks guys. I hope this helped. This is what I used. It's tried and true. Works great for me. And this is some experimental stuff. And trapping season's knocking on my door. So, hang with me guys. We'll be trapping before we know it. But until then, I'm back to the deer woods. Appreciate y'all coming along. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Don't forget, if you're watching this and hadn't subscribed, help a brother out. Hit that subscribe button. Hope this helps you guys. If you're in my location, my southeast of the country, these are some top-notch bait and lures. I'm sure they work all over the country, but I can only speak to where I've trapped, and they work great. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for coming along. See ya.